Thank you for turning to 10, your news leader. 10 News Conference with Gene Valicenti continues right now.
Regretfully, Sam knows very little about the homeless. I've never seen him involved in feeding the homeless, helping to bring clothing to them. He parachutes in to talk to homeless outside of his office, and that's services. I have no idea what he's talking about.
These are human beings that I'm dealing with every day. I'm not parachuting.
We want spirited. We want spirited.
Come
but
on,
let's let everybody
please.
speak. Well, that was the last time that the Fall River Mayor Paul Coogan was in for the debate that we had, a spirited debate, I think, is what we called it. Mayor, welcome back. You are the victor.
It went well.
I would hold your hand up like a boxer because that was a boxing match. Welcome back. That was some debate you two had.
No, it was a good debate.
Yeah.
A lot of
Well,
different
I think
ideas.
it was spirited. Yeah.
Yeah, I worked in a high school for a long time, so
Right.
that went on with students every day, with parents, with staff. It was not that. It wasn't that bad. It
Right.
was a campaign. It got a little bit testy, but we're fine.
Well, you two know each other. You go back a while
Yeah,
there.
yep,
And,
yep.
Well, you beat Paul Suddy. You're coming back, and boy, they seem to like you in Fall River. Congratulations.
Yeah,
over and over again now, a few times.
Fall River's been great to me. I have no complaints.
Viva Fall River, as the song goes. Viva Fall River. Now, Mayor, you came over the bridge this morning to see
Right.
me in Rhode Island. How was your passing?
Perfect. There was no trouble whatsoever. We didn't slow down. It was like it wasn't even down.
Right.
I remember the last time I came, I went to a show at PPAC, and that was weaving through the neighborhoods of East Providence and down someone's driveway and through a hedge. But we made it fine today.
Looking for real estate investments in Rhode Island, I guess.
Yeah.
Now, you and I are taping at 10:25 on a Friday morning. So you crossed the bridge, what, about half an hour ago?
Yeah.
Okay, and no
Nothing,
problems?
nothing.
Were you concerned that there would be problems that would impact your city? Because you're right over there, and
absolutely.
all the Cape Cod traffic.
Plus, we have a lot of people that live in Rhode Island that work in Fall River.
Okay.
We have a lot of people in Government Center, from our finance officers from Warwick, one of our EMT lieutenants or captains from
Right.
Cranston. So we have people making that commute every day. I was very worried.
Yeah, and what was the resolution? Did you talk to any Rhode Island politicians, or
No.
you get the news as it comes in with us?
We get the news as it comes in, and
Okay.
we made some modifications if we had to for them. But that was quite a blow for Rhode Island.
Yeah, are you concerned about the Cape traffic? And now the Cape is further away from you, but you depend on those people to stop in your city and have a bite to eat, or maybe, I know those outlet signs, you try to attract them to come in and buy something in my city, right?
Well, absolutely. We try. We take 5 off of 195 was a campaign we ran to get people to get off the highway, and we'll probably do something like that again this year.
Yep.
But we'll be fine. We're going to work our way through it. It's just a catastrophe.
Well, it is what it is.
Yep.
Now, you know, well, not you, but your state gave Rhode Islanders a fright. Your Secretary of Transportation was talking about border tolls. Did you hear this?
Yeah, I did.
You must have heard that.
I thought it was mostly North, Gene, towards New
Right.
Hampshire. They weren't doing it in Rhode Island, were they?
Well, border is the border. We're
I
the border.
know,
I
but
had to ask Senate President Ruggiero about this. Are we going to retaliate?
What did he say?
Well, he said, well, I don't want to talk about that right now because we don't want to talk about tolls.
I think it's a dead issue.
Yeah.
They look like they killed it.
It is a dead issue, but were you a little taken aback when you heard that?
Yeah, I was like, wow, this is different. But,
Yep.
you know, the way they're looking for money nowadays, they'll try to do anything.
Yeah. Did you have a conversation with the governor about
No,
that? Passing or anything?
I talked to one of the reps. They're pretty sure that wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, well, she frightened a lot of people with that, but you're right. The governor assured us it's a dead issue.
Yeah.
Now, you know what? I at one point I would have said that commuter rail down to Bristol County from Boston is a dead issue, but I was wrong. And they're laying the tracks and they're building it, but there's been another delay. Now, I've said I'm not going to retire and move to Florida until that railroad is in because I want to see it. Is it going to happen, man?
Yeah, they're running test trains now. The problem seems to be further up the line than us in Taunton. There's trouble with one of the stations. I'm pretty sure Fall River's 99% complete.
Yeah.
We got a station to go. We have our bridge on Weaver Street that was kind of a little slow to be built, but other than that, we're in good shape. I'm ready to take a ride.
You're ready to take one yourself. Now, has that helped your real estate picture in Fall River? You could become a commuter place.
Our real estate was going up so fast anyway before it even hit, and we're kind of leveled off a little bit now, but it's probably going to help us down the road, especially you know, with the people that want to rent apartments. A lot of our mills are being rehabbed right now into market rate apartments, so it's probably going to help us long term for sure.
I don't know if you happen to know this. What's the average price of a home in your city? Do you happen to know?
I want to say
Ballpark
around
it?
$400,000 or $500,000.
$400,000 or $500,000?
Yeah.
Okay, and you've got some nice neighborhoods too, you know.
We have some real nice
Yeah, you
neighborhoods.
do.
In Fall River right now, you drive around Fall River, every neighborhood, there's houses being renovated, there's construction going on. We're still in a surge. I don't know how long. I mean, a 3-family in Fall River now, $700,000. That was when I was a kid. It was 100.
You mean the triple deckers?
Yeah.
That line the streets. They're going for 7.
Yeah.
Well, that's a turnaround.
It's ridiculous.
Do you think that's positive? Because sometimes we hear people complaining that, well, this is going to be gentrification, and the people who live there now can't afford to pay the rent. But $700,000 a triple decker. What do you say?
That's the downside.
Yeah.
That's the downside. But what it also says is that people want to live here. If you're willing to pay for $600,000 or $700,000 for a 3-family on Danforth Street, then there must be some value to the property and value in the city. That means people think hopefully it's a safe place to live, put their kids in schools, and live. And that's what we're looking for. And people are moving down. We had a conversation yesterday. I was in the Commonwealth Landing, where Barrett's is, right on the waterfront. First mill renovation, completely full. Commercial, completely full. The other 2 units they built, one downtown, both full. And a lot of out-of-towners moving in. I said, what's your percentage like? She goes, those other 2 buildings are almost all out-of-towners. So that's new money to the city, which is good.
Well, when that train comes, and that's going to be a big deal. That's going to be a real commuter stop up to Boston, and people are going to be coming down, I guess, to buy a house a little cheaper than they can in Boston. Listen, that's positive, good, but there's also attendant problems that haven't been able to be solved yet. You have a homeless problem, right? You got an encampment that came up in the debate, Mayor. Where do we stand with that?
Sunday morning, myself and Community Development Director Mike Dion, we toured 3 camps where we're having a little bit of trouble. The state, they're not even on Fall River land. These are on state land.
Okay.
But the state is not happy with the conditions of those camps. They were in there yesterday morning touring them. They're going to clean those out.
Yeah.
So we worked with our advocates and our FAST team and our homeless providers to give them a plan if they're moved out of there. If we can get them into treatment, we'll get them into treatment. We'll get them a step down, and we'll put them in a sober house. So that plan's coming together right as we speak, Gene. This is all going on since yesterday afternoon.
So as you and I tape on a Friday, you are cleaning out 3 homeless encampments. The
date hasn't been set yet. We don't want to give people, hey, we're coming in the morning. We want to give them a transition period. But within the next 2 or 3 weeks, those are going to be cleaned out.
Where are they going to go?
As I just said, we expect to get a lot of them. One of the camps.
Well, I meant the hotels immediately. Where can you tell the guy, listen, I got to get you out of here. You're going here.
Well, we're hoping that we do have some more beds in our homeless shelters. We still have shelters, but at the same time, we want people to know that if they want to get help, we're going to provide them with the resources.
All right, so that's really a story for next week. We have to keep an eye on it.
Keep an eye on it.
Crime is a persistent problem in any urban area. Do you think you've made progress on that?
I do.
From time to time, you're on the news a lot.
No, we're on the news. You know what it is, though, Gene?
But you are. Let's be fair. Shooting, stabbing. I mean, I read the news every night.
Not being fair. You look at what goes on in Fall River.
Wait, how am I not being fair?
Let's go to the stabbing.
Yeah.
The stabbing was a homeless house placed on us by a vendor out of Boston.
Okay.
No resident, no connection, no anything to Fall River other than it happened here.
Okay.
Those people, we walked in blind to that. And the woman that runs the St. Francis House in Boston has been down for a couple of meetings. We didn't know it was a homeless shelter. And they were putting people in there that had criminal records, spotty backgrounds. No one knows. 2 roommates thrown together by a homeless center, don't know each other, have a fight, and one stabs the other. That's a Fall River problem. I mean, its location is, but I don't really know about if we deserve that one. The other one, the young man killed on the street, that was ours.
Yeah.
We deserve that, but we did not deserve the other one.
Well, are you mad that we report it?
Absolutely not. You have to report it.
You tell me. I really want to be fair. I like your city.
No. But what I'm saying is, when you take your lumps, there's degrees of lumps you take, and I think that the ones we own.
Okay.
But some of them dropped in out of the blue. You're like, what just happened to us?
Well, see,
but we'll take our statistics for it. Don't get me wrong, but I don't mind. I mind when people think that those are people from our city.
Okay. Education. You were a longtime school teacher.
Absolutely.
Tell me about the progress in education. We got about another minute to go.
Okay. We're doing really well in education. We do have a little hiccup right now. We need a new superintendent. The search is going on. Look at the high school. We've got one of the best dual enrollment programs in Massachusetts. We're partnered with 3 schools, UMass, Dartmouth, Bridgewater, Bristol Community College. Our students that go to Durfee get to go to those schools and take free classes, which count as AP courses towards their placement in a college down the road. we have that set up, and people come from other communities to see our program and what we're doing. Our elementary schools, all the facilities are top shelf. We need to improve our attendance. Our curriculum has to be strengthened, and our test scores. But these are battles that we bought into, and we're willing to fight.
Take 30 seconds, give me the pitch. Why should we come to your city? I know about the restaurants, Columbia Street. You've told me about other places. Why do you want me to come there?
I want you to come there because Fall River's in a turnaround right now. For the last 4 or 5 years, we've been doing things that should be done. The government's running smoothly. Crime statistics overall are down over 20%. Our schools, we have all new buildings. Our parks look great. There is opportunities with jobs. You drive through the industrial park, there's job signs all over. We want you to come to Fall River and make your home here and join us.
Well, listen, I think you're poised for something. If you're getting $700,000 for those triple deckers and the train is coming, I hope good things are ahead for Fall River.
We appreciate you, Gene. You're always fair, and I appreciate coming over to talk to you.
Good, and I hope you get over the bridge smoothly going back. Thanks for coming in.
If you get a crank call from me, it's not good.
All right,
thanks, Gene.
Nice to see you again, as always.